Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show. As you see right here, Mark Briscoe going against Jay Lethal, one of his brothers, Jay's longtime rival and friend. Mark Briscoe and Jay was announced this week by Tony Khan to honor Jay's 39th birthday. Mark just turned 38 himself. What a way to honor Jay Briscoe, who passed away last week from a car accident. And it was a fitting tribute match to Jay and what happened and stuff at that time. We'll talk about it coming up as well here coming on the AEW Ring Report. A lot of going on. The Acclaim still feuding with the Gun Boys, having therapy, and Papa Butt is in the midst of it, as well as MJF tried to do something devastating to Daniel Bryan and tried to take Daniel Bryan out with what had happened. We'll talk about that. What had happened with MJF last week with Cage and stuff. And two, the ongoing saga of what's going on. As well as this. This is the most weirdest thing I ever seen right here. Hulk Hogan, is he being recruited by Tom Cruise to join Scientology? I mean, say it isn't so, but this could be a possibility. All this and more on the Pro Wrestling Show presents the AEW Ring Report. It starts right now. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show presents the AEW Ring Report. I'm your host, as always, Kid Dix here. Glad you can join us here on Connect TV, but join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe, Miss Kim. Tell a friend. Tell a friend. Hit the subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. Yeah, we're on our main channel and our digital social platform. Thank you for watching. So what a night it has been. You see right here, Mark Briscoe, Jay Briscoe. We'll talk about it coming up. That tribute match to Mark's brother Jay, who passed away last week from a car accident. A fitting tribute to one remarkable man. We'll get to that coming up. Coming up shortly. Well, we're gonna get things started with this. As you see right here, we see Darby Allin defend his TNT championship. Darby Allin has been a strong champion as of late. Darby went through all comers, I say that. And Darby putting himself through limb by limb. But like I said, Darby showcased his ability. We can find it, yeah. Darby went against Buddy Matthews in the match. Darby had the match won, and he won the match until Samoa Joe came out of nowhere and challenged him for a rematch after what had happened last week. So we're gonna get the rematch again. It's time the rubber match. Darby Allin versus Samoa Joe in a falls count, no holds barred match next week. I guess for Darby Allin's TNT Championship, Samoa Joe feel a little naked without his calling himself the king of television. He has the Ring of Honor TV title, but he wants the AEW TV Championship, the TNT Championship. One way to get it, he has to pry through the hands of Darby Allin to get the title. We'll have to wait and see, but that's gonna pan out eventually. So we just have to see how that's going to come out down the road. Also, too, Bryan Danielson was in action. Well, we know last week, well, they're gonna all come. He has to keep winning his matches until next week, and he'll finally get that match against MJF. But Danny Bryan went against Bandito and won his match over Bandito last week, doing an instant classic match as well. So Danny Bryan keep winning his matches. Well, Danny Bryan went against an unlikely foe of Brian Cage. Brian Cage last week got a proposed offer from MJF, the world champion. MJF is no world champion in no book to me. He's more like a Bobby Heenan version. Like he's a man. He can talk, but he doesn't wrestle like he used to and stuff. Like he was wrestling. He's just like a slimy coward heel. Well, MJF offered Cage and Prince Nana of the Embassy to take out Bryan by limb piece by piece. Well, well, MJF almost got his wish. He almost tried to break the arm of Daniel Bryan, setting up for that move that he does, trying to take him out. Well, Daniel Bryan found a way. He found a way to escape with the help of a new ally. I forgot this man name. I don't want to botch his name. But Daniel Bryan said that he's looking forward to MJF for all matches all coming. Well, this is going to be the biggest test for Daniel Bryanson. He has to take on Timothy Thatcher, one of the roughest, toughest men in the ring in the world. Timothy Thatcher was working for NXT at the time. I think Daniel Bryan just bringing all his friends back around, say, "Hey, come here." So, and then Timothy Thatcher would be a great opponent for Bryan. I think Timothy Thatcher would be a great acquisition for AEW because he has the same roughneck style like Bryan, technical prowess. But we'll have to wait and see. But I think Daniel Bryan will go against Timothy Thatcher next week, and we'll see what they're going to lead to going forward. I miss Daniel Bryan not being part of the Royal Rumble. It's been almost, 2 years since he not been in the Royal Rumble. I think he'll come back eventually. He'll come back. I'll look for that. Speaking of that, women's division action. We told you this. Ruby Riot, Ruby Soho. I'm so used to them calling that WWE names. I'm serious. Went against Toni Storm. Toni Storm, former women's champion. Toni Storm got distracted by Dr. Britt Baker. I don't know what's going on with that. Britt Baker and Toni Storm doing this feud with the AEW female originals taking on the men the women originals from WWE, the cast offs and stuff, coming to make a play. So we know that we haven't seen Paige or what's going on with that. Paige turned heel. So we don't know what's going forward with that. So Britt Baker providing the assistance to Ruby Soho in her match. So you know how that go. Also too, Jungle Hook was in action. Jungle Hook was in action. They took on Matt Hardy and Ethan Page. Jungle Hook won that match. So hey, here's what it is. Also too, the Acclaim sat down in a therapy session with the Gun Club, airing out their grievances and their dirty laundry. The Gun Club boards feel like Papa Billy Gunn does not pay more attention to them than they do the Acclaim. And say the only way they'll get their belts back will get their belt. They'll have to take the belts from the Acclaim. So we found out next week the Acclaim will be in action. We don't know who against. We'll see. Look for this being a turn from Billy Gunn turning on the Acclaim to weaken the champions to get to them side by side. Look for that. I can tell you that right now. Also, too, what else happened? Heyman Page being confronted by Will User. I don't know why they even put Will User involved in this. Will User trying to get himself involved. I'm talking about he'll want to go against what's his name, So we'll see that this week on Rampage and stuff. We know that Will User and why would you want to be interviewed by the man you don't like and by his wife? You got to get that. Where is Renee Paquette got something to do with it? But hey, to each his own. I say that right now. But we'll see that next week. We'll see next week Moxley versus Heyman and Page, both men prideful, both men dads. They're gonna battle it out this next week on Dynamite 1-on-1. After what had happened, we'll see that. Also, too, Jericho along with Sammy Guevara won their match. The Sex Gods against Ricky Starks and Andre Netti. I don't know why they like to do that, but that's their scheme of thing. That's their business and stuff. So hey, kind of weird with Jericho. Speaking of that, the tribute. You can tell this was a nice Finn tribute. Jay Briscoe, who passed away at the age of 38 years old from a car accident. Um, Jay lost his life, but AEW wanted to pay tribute to Jay by doing this match, Mark Briscoe versus Jay Lethal. Mark Briscoe, I know he's going through a lot. He went through a lot of grief. I guess him wrestling to ease the pain off, which is understandable. Even Jay Lethal had to ease the pain off as well. But you can tell there was a lot of passion, and you can tell right here. Reach for the sky, boy. Right here, Jay Briscoe. Um, he will be missed. Mark gonna carry the legacy. You can tell Mark's raising both the tag team championship. They're both the current Ring on tag team champions. And Jay dedicated this match. This match was dedicated to Jay Briscoe. Mark won his match, but you can tell Mark missed his brother, and Mark's want to keep his brother's legacy intact and going. And Jay did so. Even they showed pictures of Jay's family right here. Jay's family when it's time to Ring Honor. And I was watching Ring of Jay, for me, Ring of Honor wasn't, available, but in my area when I was living at the time in Birmingham, it would come on 68, channel 2, and you would get to see the Briscoe brothers as a tag team. I think Jay shined even more when he became world champion. Uh, Jay Briscoe's world championship reign Ring on was many people don't talk about it, but it was historic in a way. Like Jay went through Adam Cole, went through Jay Lethal. That was his best world championship rival, and Jay Lethal and him, they brought the best out of each other. And I know that what happened when with Mark. Mark was just being Mark, but Jay was the one that carried that team together and carried that unit together. And now Jay's no longer with us. Mark has to do it alone. And I think Mark got a good support system, good group of people that care about him and love and care about him. And I think Jay will legacy will live on, but Mark's legacy is about to start. So we'll get to see the metamorphosis of Jay, Mark Briscoe, but Jay will live on. He'll live on through his matches, live on through the spirit of his brother. And it was a nice complimentary thing for Tony Khan to do. So that was good for him. Also, too, in Hot Topics, we're hearing reports that the Hulkster, Hulk Hogan, and Tom Cruise could be coming together for Scientology. There have been reports that Tom Cruise may recruit Hulk Hogan to join the Church of Scientology. Oh wow, we'll have to wait and see on that one. I hope it ain't true, brother. But you never know in this day and age. Um, we just have to wait and see how this gonna play out. All right. We know that this weekend we're gonna do no. There's not gonna be no SmackDown ring report. It's gonna be the Royal Rumble predict the outcome. We told you Royal Rumble is coming. The Royal Rumble, Hulk Hogan, a former Royal Rumble winner, he won the whole thing twice. Um, he won it twice, so Hulk Hogan knows a thing or two about winning Royal Rumbles and stuff. So no SmackDown ring report. It'll be just a full show. The Royal Rumble predict the outcome this weekend. As you see right here, some of the faces we told you right here. Brock Lesnar, he hasn't declared Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns in a championship match. Bianca Belair in a championship match. Rhea Ripley is in the match. Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes declared. Everyone's declaring the end of the Royal Rumble match. So this is going to be a historic Royal Rumble. We're going to have it. No SmackDown report. The SmackDown report will be replaced this week by the Royal Rumble predict the outcome following the matches, predictions, and then we'll have a little bit of what had happened on SmackDown. So we'll get you covered this week. So for me being Kendra Dixon, thank you for watching. The Pro Wrestling Show presents the AEW Ring Report. Thank you all for watching. God bless speed to you, Jay Briscoe. Reach for the sky, boy.